Sorry for the sudden taps. Turns out my mic wasn't working, so that's neat. I got it working now, though. Thank you for the follow. Oranges are the best times, too. I appreciate it. I hope you've all been well. I kind of have to restart my preamble because it looks like it did not pick up at all the first time I tried it. So, since I last streamed, all I've done is I worked for a little bit. And I really do mean a little bit, like a part-time job, not the best for hours. And then I finished the 2009 Bionic Commando sequel slash reboot attempt, and weird game. I assumed it was a AAA game, and then I played it, and I learned that it was in fact a lower budget game that kind of plays like a mobile game, and kind of has a very weirdly structured story, if that makes sense. Well, not a weirdly structured story, just a story that feels like it's not trying that hard. It just feels like a very weird revival attempt. It doesn't feel like a revival attempt that a lot of care was put into by the higher ups. Like, obviously the people who worked on it probably tried the best they could, but those who like wanted the reboot don't seem to really care about it in any way, shape, or form. What else was there? Oh yeah, that's right. I will say though, for that Bionic Commando game, very good swinging mechanics. I actually like the swinging mechanics in that game quite a bit. But oh, excuse me. I just realized something. Maybe when I start streaming, it'd be better to when I start talking, transition to the stream happening now thing. That just like clicked for me. Like, I have that for a reason and I barely use it. Maybe it would be a good idea to use it when I actually start talking. Crazy idea, I know. But yeah, no, Bionic Commando 2009, like a 6 out of 10. The swinging's fun, but that's really the main fun part of it. Like, the level design, unfortunately, even the grappling's like kind of clumsy. Like, the levels don't really feel like they're built to get the most of the momentum that the swinging itself offers. Also, the swinging itself isn't always the most consistent with where you try to have it aimed. For example, I used it a decent bit to try to keep enemies stunned from hitting me. However, there were a very good portion of times where instead of like going to the enemy where I target it would decide to go right next to, in front of, or behind them, which would just set me up to get melee attacked, which melee attacks do a lot more damage in that game than guns do when the enemy hits you. So yeah, it was definitely a very weird attempt at a revival. I know there's like another game, like Rearmed or something like that plays more like the original NES game apparently, which just makes the 2009's game's existence even weirder to me. But yeah, other than finishing that up and a little bit of work, I haven't been doing anything too much. But hope you've all been good. And with that preamble out the way, I think it's time we get back to our noir adventure of Chicken Police, where I'd say he's literally meat, but I think somehow the main character is a bit more down in the dumps consistently than me, which is probably a good thing for me. Not good thing for the character. Good for me though. Excuse me. That's right. I guess one other thing. Had taquitos again, like the cheaps, like the fast food processed stuff, not the actual like genuine. I'm sure there's a difference between like what's offered in the fast food stuff and the genuine stuff. Oh, you're kidding me. Sorry, I just want to check something. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check the audio to make sure it was good. So yeah, like the microwavable taquitos I had those again recently, including today. And firstly, taquitos, fun word to say. I don't know why, but taquitos, there's something fun about saying it. Which is good for me, because they also taste really fucking good. Like, they're not very filling, unfortunately, but holy fuck do they taste good. Like, damn. A plus on whoever came up with those version of taquitos, and I'm sure an even bigger A plus to the actual taquitos themselves. Let's jump right on into this. Oh, that's right, we just finished up here, right? It should be.
Boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Ah, I gotta do all
Hey,
this
I'm
again.
not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
It's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
I think I'm gonna turn the autoplay off. That way I'm able to talk more in between lines and stuff like that. That way it doesn't feel like I'm just taking a background to the game itself. I mean, obviously, that I've always viewed, or at least in the short time I've viewed, obviously, like, I want attention on these games and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be... No, that just sounds like useless to be like, oh, I'm a streamer, but I don't want to be the focal point. But like, I kind of don't. It kind of feels disrespectful if I'm trying to talk over the game or something like that, in a sense.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere.
Oh, I didn't notice the long.
yet,
Oh,
but we're going somewhere.
sorry, Sonny. I didn't notice the long nails on Zip last time. I just saw those this time. That's a nice touch.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Ah, that's right. Yep. Okay, maybe I'll have autoplay on because it'd be a lot of clicking I'd have to do. I feel like my hand would get sick of it.
Holy hell. Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit,
Oh, I know
boys.
that.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
I know what I'll do. I'll just turn autoplay off whenever I want to comment on something being said, and then I'll just let it play itself out. And then, obviously, if I don't have a lot to say about individual parts, but on the whole, I'll just let it all play out and then speak afterwards. All right, I think
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years, anyway.
maybe it'd be a good idea not to cut myself off while I'm talking. Crazy idea. Also, I just realized Gleamy's not even in chat, and I named the stream what I named it at Gleamy's request. SMH, the #1 hater, making me look bad once again. I wonder if that's why the message came through that did from Oranges. Hopefully Oranges doesn't think I'm that type of channel, because otherwise they are going to be sorely disappointed. But I've definitely never had Morale chatted at me before, so I gotta say that's somewhat thrown me off, but I don't want to be rude, so if you're still here, Orange, thank you for the follow, but maybe in the future don't lead in with Morale for a complete stranger. Just kinda awkward, to be a bit honest. But I do appreciate the follower, as long as you're not here thinking I'm some type of lewd? Yeah, lewd channel, because I am not that. Nothing against people who produce that sort of content or do that sort of thing, by the way. It's just not what I do myself. But let me finish. Alright, now that I finished what I said, let me finish this sentence, autoplay, and not cut myself off partway through. Crazy idea, I know.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Alright. Take a look at what I've got. Actually, no, that's alright. I want to wait till I'm done with everything here.
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
That's mean, Sonny. What's your problem?
You think he might know something about the case?
He knows almost everybody in this city. At least he used to once. Let's see if he still does.
Gotta get out of crisscross applesauce formation. Maybe I should have worn shorts again. I can kind of feel my legs heating up, unfortunately, but I'm sure as shit not changing on stream while the mic's active anyway. Maybe I'll go to mute or something, but sorry to say, you fellas and fellettes ain't gonna get to hear me changing in and out of clothes anytime soon. No siree.
When I first arrested
There
him,
we
he was
go.
barely 14 years old. I was a rookie cop. Who would have thought we'd end up like this?
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
You're so old, Sonny. You're so freaking old with that type of attitude, man. You gotta have a more positive attitude, a more, well, I don't know the word, but willing to try new things type of attitude. I don't know the open-minded. There we go. Open-minded attitude.
Ooh, a nice pancake with hemp seed, chocolate, and black onions?
I'd rather have somebody pull my beak off.
Ah, you used to be more daring.
Yeah, and my back didn't hurt either.
Furry heavens, it's depressing being around you, Boss Bird.
I mean, you ain't wrong, Marty. As much as I hate to say it, you ain't wrong.
Ooh, maybe a peanut souffle with faux meat.
Oh, stop it, Marty, before I get sick.
Ugh, you're just a boring old man.
I'd rather be boring than dead.
So close-minded, Sonny. You gotta open your mind up to new stuff, man.
I wouldn't eat here if my life depended on it.
I doubt that.
I wouldn't eat.
Alright. If you're wondering why, I've already been in here, but I don't want to skip the audio again, because I know I missed stuff, and also in case someone's first time, I don't want to just seem like I don't care at all about the game.
And voila, the master himself.
What
Excuse me.
a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking. In another life, I'd love to be a rock star.
You're already one, Marty. For me.
Ah, thanks, boss.
Sorry if the chair creaks, by the way. I guess I'll have to... I don't know. I'll see what I can do at some point about that, but not much I can do about it now. Also, gotta say, that's probably the nicest I've seen Sonny beat a Marty so far in this game.
Kids these days and their crazy music. What would old M.B. Davis say to this garbage?
You're so freaking old-minded, Sonny. You gotta have a more open mind, man. Right? Isn't this just the stories? Yeah, these are just the in-game songs I got right now. But I like the song that's currently going, so... Let's see.
The highlight of my day.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
Also, I definitely, like, 1000% think Trash Panda in the context of this world is a racial slur, so it is kind of insane. I mean, I guess it totally makes sense as well. Like, you know, just because one group experiences a racism doesn't make them automatically not able to fucking be racist to other people. I'm just kind of shocked the game went that route, but not as a bad thing. Like, you know, I think it fits the noir genre of, problematic or troubled? Problematic protagonist or not? No, problematic's not the word. Not squeaky clean protagonist. There we go. Flawed protagonist. There's the word I'm looking for.
You're right.
As always.
Oh yeah, Sonny, if you're so right, why'd you get shot with a shotgun, buddy?
Ah, this will do.
Until tomorrow morning, at least.
That's right.
Someone once said that everything's backwards in Clawville. The beer's always warm and the coffee's always cold. Well, I guess I'm starting to understand what he meant.
So if you hear me popping my fingers, that's just... It came over me, so now I'm unfortunately committed. So I apologize if you hear the bone pops. There we go.
What insight?
And what's that? Fuck the king? And then where all the colors go?
Well, that's a good question, pal.
Hey, that
know
relates...
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because Sunny... Also, I think that's a neat way to have the world be in black and white, is like, not that it's actually like that, but you're seeing the world through Sunny's perspective. Now, I know there's a sequel game, so I don't know if it'll entirely work there, outside of it being a noir, so it has to be or whatever, but for this game, I kind of like the idea that you're seeing the world through Sunny's eyes of just a very deep-seated depression, from what I can pick up.
You know what? Wise words, pal. Wise words.
I always wonder how that happens in games, how sometimes the subtitles and audio don't mix. I wonder if the subtitles, they just kind of go off their initial script. Excuse me. And then when actors, like, ad-lib stuff or switch things up to make it sound better, more natural, they forget to change it in the subtitles. I always do wonder how, like, sometimes you end up with, subtitles and audio that don't match up. Anything else in here? Excuse me.
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner. What's that smell?
You know, I don't want to know.
Well, so I like how Zip's apparently an informant for them. I guess this has always been a thing in cop shows, just like, or detective shows, just like detectives not respecting their informant at all. Like, it almost makes me wonder how it doesn't result in more informants turning on the detectives in these shows or movies or games or books.
Zip once had Marty do the dishes because he tried to take off without paying. That was one of the best days of my life.
That's right, Zip. You don't let Marty and Sonny walk all over you. Hell yeah.
When I first arrested him...
Okay. And then let's speak.
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel, if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the Millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for this straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I cluck and will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
So I just thought of something. I didn't think of this last time, but I've seen this in a few noir-like stories. So I'm wondering if the thing's gonna be this Natasha client and this Marauder Mick or Mongrel Mick. Either way, the gangster who's apparently been taken over for Ibn on certain stuff. I wonder if it's gonna turn out that they're secret lovers and that this is a scheme from this is a scheme by Natasha and him to usurp Ibn. And we're about to unravel that scheme. You know, at first we're going to be a part of it, but then we're going to figure out too much and end up unraveling it. I wonder if that's the direction we're going here.
You sure talk a lot.
And maybe the past is haunting me. Once a rat, always a rat, right?
Oh, come on, Zippy. Don't be so hard on yourself. You got out in time, and you've been living an honest, ordinary life since then, haven't you?
Yeah, right. How lucky am I, eh?
It's more than what many others get, believe me.
Is that just going to repeat
What's this
itself?
no insects allowed shit? You're not like that.
What do you think? If I let one in, all of them will follow. And then I can forget my regular clientele for good.
What clientele? There's no one here.
That's it. Would you take even that away from me?
That's pretty... I just realized how fucked that statement is. I just realized the implication of that statement. I hate the fact that I almost felt the need to spell it out, but I'm pretty sure if you're the audience, you understand what the implication of implying that letting... Yeah, no, I don't... I'm almost spelling it out. Why am I so worried about this? I guess I almost feel worried about insulting your guys' intelligence if I just be like, oh, well, no, but then it's my own observations too. So I think I'm overthinking it. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll just say what my observation of that conversation was. Fucking from what I can pick up and gather, the not nice part of that statement is implying that insects are less than zero, which Unfortunately, I could see people in real life doing to certain minority groups when talking about them, so... I hate to see that, unfortunately. Damn you, Zip. Why must you be like this? I mean, yeah. I guess you're like this because people in real life are like this. So I guess my question should more be, why are people in real life like this, but... what are you gonna do? Just kinda hope things get better as time goes on, I suppose.
What's this no insect?
What do you... That's it.
And let's ask you some questions.
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've got to say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Hey. I suppose everyone in this game is gonna have a bit of racism in them. I guess that's just what you gotta deal with when dealing with noirs due to technically the era that those type of movies came out in, so... Yeah, no, kind of anyone who was in those movies was, just a little bit, in parentheses, very racist.
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman is it, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
I'm gonna guess very is the answer to that, so I'll have to keep my eyes out on Natasha then.
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
I don't quite get that insult, but fair enough, Zip. I feel like I said something harsh to you, so it's only fair I get something harsh in return. But I think that is it for this area. So let's look at our notes. So for Natasha, she was the singing sensation of the millions and later became the owner under Ibn's patronage. Not much is known of her past before this, though. About Ibn, he's been acting quite strange recently, as if he was trying to withdraw from his own shady businesses to live a simple life with simple pleasures. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but this just isn't like him. And about Zip. Zip is getting old. He still has his connections. It's worth questioning him about everything, but time has had its way with him, too. Zip was delivering information to Ibn up to a couple of years ago. He was already working as a police informant then, so he may have been reporting to both sides, the sneaky little bastard. Alright, and now for the Codex. Mongrel Mick, Mick the Marauder. Mick is one of the most infamous henchmen of Ibn Wessler, known by many rather scary nicknames, thanks to his cruel nature. Sonny and Marty have crossed paths with Mick before, and it took a lot of effort to get out of those encounters with feathers intact. And meat substitutes. Both meat replacement or meat substitute foods made it possible to reduce meat consumption, predation, and domestic cannibalism in the whole wilderness. These products are widespread nowadays and are not only popular with predators, but all kinds of animals. Now, we head on out of here. Did we do everything at the Hotel Atlas? I think we already did everything here, or is it gonna... Okay, yeah, then I did everything here.
You have what we came for?
I just want to look around a little. I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, Sonny. Then grab your map and let's hit the road. You have what we... All right, son.
Alright, so I already did this. That's good. Top Dog I did. I came from the Clawville Police Department, so now I need to go to the Czar Club.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
And here we are. Welcome to the Czar Club.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Okay. I guess let's look
Do
around
you
at
remember
stuff.
when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Tonight, maybe we'll be on the front page once again.
Oh, God forbid.
Tonight, maybe we'll be on the front.
Oh, God.
Such a grumpy old man.
Huh, I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Epur si muove.
Oh, bless you.
It means, and yet it moves, bird brain. An old wolf named Galileo said that.
Oh, I see. And what did he mean by that?
Dunno. I think there was something wrong with his stomach.
Ouch.
I'm not familiar with the Galileo quote, so I also couldn't tell you what the hell Galileo meant by that.
Epur si...
Oh, bless.
It means...
Oh, ouch.
Alright, back we go.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
The Tsar Club. I'm not gonna forget this buzzing red neon light anytime soon.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Averia.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
What a beautiful car.
A work of art.
Seeing it and thinking about my little rusty Cobbett breaks my heart.
Ah, don't torture yourself, Sonny. Only way we're ever gonna drive one of them is if we sign up for the mob.
Maybe it would be worth it.
I think we'd be great gangsters in another life.
Well, at least they got confidence in themselves, and ultimately, isn't that what matters most?
Beautiful car indeed. Not much else to say.
Yup, as you say, boss.
Beautiful
Yup.
Alright. Anything else? The poster.
Huh. You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls.
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Yeah, well, Sonny, at least Marty's in a happy relationship. All right, maybe you don't have such ridiculous standards. Okay, buddy. Just clip that. Just hashtag feminism. Just become like a pandering hack. Like nothing of actual substance, just like the most pandery, bullshit sounding feminist talking points. Anytime in a stream I have it, just clip it. Hashtag feminism. Ugh. I wouldn't feel good doing that. I've joked. I know I've joked in the past, at least with the people I've talked to, about right-wing grift and how easy that would be, but unfortunately, I also feel like it's kind of easy to do a left-wing grift, too, for a little bit, before your ass gets exposed there. I think the only difference, honestly, is left-wing, you have a lot less of a time span before you get outed for something. Excuse me. Whereas right-wing has a lot longer of a shelf life, but I think it's possible to grift for both, unfortunately.
My city is on fire. This is it. It was on the flyer from Deborah. Maybe we'll get to hear it, if we're unlucky. From none other than our secret employer, Natasha Katsenko.
Ah, a job with benefits, huh?
Don't be tasteless.
Oh, I get it now. The title. Do you think it's about the Great Fire of Clawville?
Did you ever think of being a detective?
Ah, very funny.
My city is on fire.
Ah,
Did you?
ah, very.
Alright, and...
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kinda deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
I will say the one thing that I find weird is, and maybe that's kind of the point, is like, despite the fact that in the story of the game Marty shot you apparently with a shotgun, so very much shot to kill you over some disagreement, they seem on really good terms despite that. Maybe the game will go into detail about that later, and I'm just being stupid by thinking of that now, but. It's kind of the one thing. It's like been weird. Not like the interactions themselves are good, right? Well written. It just feels like maybe it's too soon for them to be so friendly with each other and have these types of interactions. Apparently, since this is like the first time they've seen each other since Marty attempted to shoot me.
That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past
I
him.
hit the wrong thing.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Ah, okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical question? Let's not bother her.
Okay, boss.
Let's not.
Okay, boss. Let's just knock that giant out, shall we? Easy peasy.
Let's just not do that, shall we?
Okay. Let's. Okay.
And it's it's Lewis, who lives in the same building as us. We talked to him last time. He took the person who gave us the job home.
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Just realized something. Fortunately, getting too hot, but sorry, I'm having to adjust my laptop because I realized the fan was kind of blowing near my what's the word I'm looking for? My lamp, and I don't want that to cause any issues. Not that it has in the past, obviously, but you know, I'd still rather be safe than sorry with that kind of thing. Okay, and the fans themselves aren't too loud. That's good. I was a bit worried that they might be too loud. There. Sorry, let me check something real quick. I just want to be sure in this case. Alright, yeah, no, it's not doing too much damage. Alright, it's like doing the average. Alright, sorry, just wanted to check. Hopefully, everything looked good. Yep, alright. Don't give me a moment, I have a message from someone. Ah. It's a friend messaging me. Uh-oh. Alright, and I'm back. We're back into it.
Is Lucas really such a big fan?
Lewis. And yes, he's got the whole Chicken Police book series. Damn his taste.
Is Lucas
Lewis.
Okay.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
I wonder what the deal with Lewis is. Because obviously they've mentioned him not being all there in the head and then the stuttering. I wonder if that's something that's going to actually pop up in this game or if that's just going to be like a character quirk. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to wait and see on that. I don't really have a further observation. Just something I'm curious about.
Let's not bother him again.
Yes, sir.
Alright, and time to talk to the bouncer.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Jeez, look at that.
That's not a guy. Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
I think we talk to him again or look at him again.
Jeez, look.
That's not a guy. That's a demon.
Okay, so let's try speaking.
Just one more thing. This list of yours, where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
This guy's awful
Yes,
respectful.
gentlemen.
Hey, big guy, what's your name again?
My name is Archibald, sir. Archibald Conway.
Well, that's not a Bob.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Aren't you? What? No way, that's not even a real name.
Come on.
Sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt. Blackjack Conway to my friends.
Marty, you can't just... What the hell is that? You can't just go, oh, that's not a real name to somebody. What the fuck's your problem?
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure. We'll be on our way now.
Is that just... Ah, okay.
Jeez, look.
That's not a guy.
Okay, and now let's ask...
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Marty, stop. You're going to get our asses kicked.
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
I know I had to look up what austere meant when I played the demo, and I've forgotten what it means. Well, that's a shame. That one did not stick in the brain.
Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
Not entirely, monsieur. My employer has many other kinds of jobs for me. He is quite creative in his field, I must say.
Like?
Like what?
Exactly.
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
Permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I know. This bullshit just gave me a headache.
so sorry to hear that, sir.
You know, awfully nice for a potential goon slash bouncer. I gotta respect Archibald's politeness to us, despite the bullshit we're giving him.
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
And
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
that's all they ask. And let's talk to Lewis.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Marty, you can't keep saying shit
Is
like
Lucas
that.
really so
Lewis.
You can't be saying shit like that, man. Anything new? No, nothing. Okay.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Merci la montre, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
The Tsar Club welcomes you, gentlemen.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's fucking go. We got in. Make sure nothing else new. Nothing. Alright, and let me look at the journal. People. Archibald. Excuse me. Archibald Blackjack Conway. Name Archibald Blackjack Conway. Species ram. Gender male. Special feature big as a mountain, talks like a poet, smells like a barn. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. The boulder standing guard in front of the entrance to the Tsar Club. He probably reports straight to Ibn Wessler. Not to mention he's exceptionally well educated and has an elaborate vocabulary. And what's in the codex? The Clawville Chronicle. The Clawville Chronicle is the most read and highest quality newspaper in the city. It's so famous that it's also being read beyond Clawville's borders, and not just in the colonies. This was the paper that first published an article about the two heroic roosters, aka the Chicken Police. The article was written by Timothy Saltwater, the Seagull journalist who has since become somewhat of a legend himself. Alright. And in we go.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilled whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Alright. Oh.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
I didn't realize I could take that.
A man's best friend.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, I see, right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
You let him know, Marty.
Don't be shy, Sonny. Just ask him for a drink.
Still talking to yourself, huh? Great.
Don't be shy.
Still talking. Hey, there's Fillmore.
Who? Oh, yes. Fillmore. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap Pulp Fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
Alright. We talked to the bartender.
2 whiskeys, kid. And no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive,
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water, too,
Jesus,
okay?
Sonny.
Yes, sir. Coming right up.
You should kick our ass for that, honestly, bartender. You did not have to take that.
That wasn't exactly what I meant. Gentlemen, your drinks.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack. I'd tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack.
Jesus.
Anything else, sirs?
No thanks, Mr. Ed. Keep up the good work.
Jesus, Lord Almighty, you two. This isn't a racism Olympics. You guys don't have to out racist against the other animals. Damn. Oh my lord.
Tell me, hey Breath, have you seen
Jesus.
Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir. But she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
Boys, we don't just have to hit the horse with every racial slur we know of. Damn. Oh my god.
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen. Anything?
No thanks.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Yeah, let's not be too prejudiced. Ignores everything we just said about the waiter.
That girl is looking at me.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me, like, hard. Now, I saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. Just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Oh, mean.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Oh my god. Big buck.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if,
I didn't even realize that I'm so dumb when I played the demo. It didn't even connect that horny because it's a fucking... It's a deer with antlers. I'm so fucking stupid. I can't believe I didn't realize that the first time I played the demo. Son of a bitch.
this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
Sorry, I'm drinking some water so I stay hydrated.
This is the life.
He looks like... I try.
Okay.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
Oh my lord.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
What is it?
Nothing.
Right? Oh, whoa. Oh.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Excuse me.
Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
As you say, Marty.
Remember that...
Oh, gosh, Marty, where do you dig these out?
my mind is... Remember that other case with the turtle and the rabbit fella?
I gotta remember, I can replay audio if I start skipping things like an idiot.
Oh, gosh, Marty, where do you dig these out?
My mind is a bottomless pit, my friend. Was the rabbit a runner? And the turtle was his buddy, or?
His dealer, actually.
Ah, yeah, you're right. We found the rabbit near the river with a missing leg. Brutal stuff.
2 missing legs, actually, but yeah.
What happened with the turtle in the end? It's a little bit blurry.
Your bottomless pit of a mind is a dark and sad little place. The turtle thought he would run faster if he ate the legs of the rabbit.
You know what? This city's seriously fucked up.
It is, Marty.
Jesus.
Remember that other case with the turtle and the rabbit fella?
Oh, gosh, Marty, where do you dig these out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so that's just... Okay. Alright, anything else? I have a henchman and movie posters.
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kinda good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. Nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
Let's see. Veronica Kate, Robert Fodderin, This Done for Hire.
What weird titles these have.
Let's see. Hicks Poodle. Sorry if my mic gets a bit loud, I gotta move closer to it. Clara Turmoil, Anna Shiny, and Murder My Tweet.
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case, and...
Hey, Marty?
What, yeah?
I don't give a shit.
You're so mean, Sonny.
It's a classic, and kind of reminds me of the situation we're in right now.
How so?
I don't know. A mysterious case, a mysterious woman, strange threats, some off-duty investigation.
So?
Like, think about it. What if we're in a movie? And this whole mess is just fiction.
Marty, I think you're having a nervous breakdown.
I hate to say it, game, and it's not your fault, but I've long since found the whole character being like, what if we're in a medium? What if, you know, obviously I'll give it credit for them not going, what if we're in a video game? I will say them just being like, what if we're in a movie, infinitely more tolerable than if they would have been like, what if we're in a video game? But those jokes kind of lost their charm a while ago to me, unfortunately.
It's a classic, and kind of reminds me of this.
Right. Now we have Boogan and the Bandicoot. The picture they say were the picture they were for. Bogan and Bandicoot, the big sheep.
You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep, just like life.
Excuse me.
You're old, Sonny. I mean, experienced. Have you ever met a woman like that in real life? Who floors you with a glance and leaves only heartbreak?
Well, actually...
Oh, I didn't mean to... sorry, Sonny. You're old, Sonny. I mean, experienced.
Okay. And then the final movie we have Cassidy Lupus and Cassandra Ruby Faye in The Loudest Howl. He has the case. He has the girl. He has the gun. He is the alpha.
Huh. Another Lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh. No shit.
And
Remember the name, Marty. Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Marty, shut up.
Remember the
okay. All right, and let's talk to you, Philmar.
Well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
I would have talked to the henchman if I'd known. Or maybe now I have to talk to the henchman. Let's see, is Philmar there? Did he head out? No, he's still here.
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves, and don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
Welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Alright, and anything else?
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Alright, so let's speak with the henchman.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
How nice of them not to
Hey,
assume.
Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
Oh, me.
That woman with Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
The memories are returning.
Geez, just spare me the dirty details.
memories are... Isn't that...
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
There he is. There's the man. Also, sorry, just check. What do I have in here? Oh, okay. And I can comment on this stuff.
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway. Oh man, I totally get you. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Molly, my ex-wife. What do you have to do with all this?
Oh wait, that's right. I know Marty very well. Please write this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. I know Molly very well. Please write this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman, and...
Molly. Come to daddy, darling. Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
That is an insane line of dialogue.
Just try to act normal, as much as you can.
Yup, that's him. The big rat in the flesh.
Well, it looks like this unpleasant conversation can't be avoided.
Alright, and anything
Just
else?
try to act normal.
Nope. Alright, let's talk to him.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Roaster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken Police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Sure you are.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Hooray!
Jeez, just...
Don't be shy, detective. Ask me anything.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Let's see.
Alright, and ask.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings.
I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
I do always kind of like when character like I guess when a protagonist and antagonist speak with each other and they're both just like trying to backhandedly provoke or shit talk the other without making it obvious to third parties. I kind of always fuck with that, not gonna lie.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
So for reference, they're talking Lewis, the rabbit man we encountered outside of here.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
And it's time to question.
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
I always forget how cursed front-facing any of these characters are. This is such a cursed image to me. Okay. A tricky guy. Don't know enough about him to have to be cunning. Can't put him against the wall yet.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. He's tricky and mistrustful. I think that ask what you do.
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do?
It's, uninteresting.
Would you elaborate?
I got a small share in the meat substitute business. If the new product works, maybe we can make your job easier.
You mean reduce predation in Clawville?
There are such plans. If you're interested, talk to Olivia, my assistant. She's an expert in what she does, unlike me.
Thank you. That's it for now.
Hell yeah. So he's secretive as well. Shit. I don't know which one of these. Well, this one will get me, this one will like not work, because it'll be, it's like very much, he's like, you already know it's Natasha, so there's no point in asking me, right? Yeah, I guess we'll go with the you're very taciturn.
You're very taciturn, Mr. Wessler, though I've heard you're quite the speaker.
Look, I'll gladly talk to anyone about business, and even happier to talk about art. But, I'm no fan of interrogation on a night out. Are you even on duty?
Sorry for any offense, Mr. Wessler. Let's talk about something else.
Damn, I screwed
Wessler
that up.
is tougher than I thought.
Quick-tempered.
And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
let me see. How do I start? Let's start with, don't you find these messages dangerous?
Don't you find these messages dangerous?
That specific word is, it's insulting and obscene, and unfortunately, everyone can see it on the street. I'm sure you know they painted it on the wall.
I know.
Well, yeah, it's unpleasant but no threat in itself. I put it down to some jealous showgirl or a deluded fan. Nothing more.
Jealousy can be dangerous.
Yeah, most crazies are harmless.
You know that firsthand?
Anything else?
Okay. Business going well. Start no point. Is everything alright between you and Natasha? That'll end poorly. Let's ask about his business.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Eh, depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Yeah, gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
Yeah, I try to be clear.
Should I add? No, that one's gonna get me in trouble. Let's go to start talking straight. Because that one's gonna get him quick-tempered and pissed off at us, thinking he's like, everything's good between us here. You shouldn't be asking stuff like that, so...
Start talking straight, Wessler. There's no point in wasting each other's time.
You know what? You're right. And there's no point in spoiling my mood, is there? Olivia will show you out, but if you insist, yeah, I can give you an alternative escort. Is that straight enough for you?
Nice one, Sonny.
Damn it.
Indeed, Mr. Wessler. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Do I really have to ask about
Don't
him and
be so
Natasha?
cocky, copper. It can be dangerous at your age.
Damn. Wow, I really fucked that.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
I may have to redo
You
this.
don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Okay. I really gotta... Next time I'll have to... Yeah, I'll have to redo this interview.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
Alright, well, I was told to be specific and straight with it, but...
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Fuck you.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me, really?
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger.
God, I really
yet
gotta redo
she's
this
still
one.
going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
No, I need to redo that. That's... Ooh. Bad copper. My detective skills have seen better days, and it's a miracle they didn't kick me out of the force. Thank the wild gods for small miracles. Let's retry that. Hard to do when it comes to threats. He obviously knows more.
Wessler's a tricky guy.
Okay.
How did you feel when you heard?
I think this one got me well.
You seem a very bit.
Okay.
Is this place yours?
No, it's not mine.
Never been yours in the past?
Why do you ask questions you already know the answer to, huh? Yeah, it was mine. Now it belongs to Natasha. She's my girlfriend. What a coincidence.
Really? The alibis?
How are your alibis, Mr. Wessler?
Am I a suspect? That was fast. But thank you for asking. They're solid. Just ask Olivia. She can enlighten you in this matter too, if you're curious.
No need. And no, you're not a suspect. Yet. No more than everyone else in Clawville.
That's, reassuring.
Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Okay. I believe this was the right one.
Don't you find these messages?
Okay. And then this one.
everything
No,
all
the
right
business
between you
one
and
would have also
Natasha?
been good.
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understand.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that.
I could have done the business and then that one.
The mob boss and the push. Do you live in the same? So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, Yet
There we
she's
go.
still going
Way
on
better
her
than
own.
last time.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company.
Okay, so I have heard this. Hell yeah. The legendary chicken police back in action. Still a bit wary, but untarnished. Good work. If I'd have asked about his business, I think I got a full 100, but I'm not going to worry about that. Let's continue.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Alright. And here's about where the demo was basically from meeting Marty at the police department to like this scene, I think.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us
Sonny. Sonny.
say. Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Unique way to show that
That
Sunny's
was,
drawn to her immediately.
Unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Ahem. You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Eben will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
I don't trust it.
Hey,
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
He will in fact fail to keep his distance. Right? We got... Alright, let's start with the painting. Jesus.
Gee, that is a unique picture and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
I do not trust her.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
Alright, and I see there's a book to pick up. The Seventh Rule of Predation. Meredith H. Marble. The Chicken Police Store. Oh yeah, oh no, I'll do this after talking with Natasha and viewing everything in here.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
What the hell?
So this is where the magic happens, right? The big transformation.
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
You're right there, Angel. So this is where the magic happens,
Okay.
right?
Every woman needs a little
I can't exit, obviously. I mean, I'll see what
I
happens.
can't leave until I've talked with Natasha.
Alright. Anything else in here I need? No. So, Natasha.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. This woman...
Okay.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure. Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise,
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Alright. Hold on, hold on. Sorry, I had to sneeze, so I decided to mute myself. Hopefully it muted. If it didn't, excuse me. I tried to mute myself so the sneeze didn't come through. Let's question.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Can't wait to have to redo this. So far, confident.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time. But the stage still calls my name. And I perform just a few times a year. And always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Ooh, excuse me. Let's go with the picture on the wall is quite daring.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
Alright. So let's see. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Do you
I
think
that's
one of
the
your
line.
admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Okay. Okay, Stinks, what are you trying to make me do? Let's, any material evidence concerning the threats? Alright, let's ask about the material evidence.
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept. My ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Alright.
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, That was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
No one's ever seen the culprit. Could he have done anything? Could he have anything? Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you? I suggest you lie low. Let's go with the dangerous, because she's scared, so maybe if I play into that.
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk.
I didn't realize that was the line of questioning, otherwise I would not have picked that.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. Now, I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well, that's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
That probably is gonna... No, that was good. Okay.
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Wait, what? I lost points? How? Shit, okay.
Stop
Fuck.
beating about the bush.
Oh wait, no, that had to happen.
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Okay. Let's see, you played me right from the start, didn't you? It was probably because it appeals to her confidence.
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Alright. Final thoughts, not bad, but not good either. It's okay for a rookie, but you can do better. Next time, pull yourself together and pay attention to the signs. Focus, Sonny. The threat, or rather the threatening word in the message said to Natasha is simply whore. It's brief, but it says a lot regardless. Let me retry that to see if I can get a better rank.
Natasha is a That was a remarkable... The picture on the wall... Do you think one of your... Do you have any material deep behind the... What was in those threats? No one's ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
Let's try this route and see
That's
if
one of
that
the
leads
most
elsewhere.
curious things. Ibn has men everywhere. Literally. My shadows. Ghosts in every alley. But no one saw anything.
One of them could be the culprit.
Ibn pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies
Excuse
your
me.
theory, I believe.
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing a book?
Never. I'm afraid I'd learned too much about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp Fiction.
Furry hell. Do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in the city.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy it?
Well, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
Okay. Let's see.
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know
me.
that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must
Damn, I fucked up there.
Let's stop beating about. You played me from the...
Let's see. Nearly a perfect on that one. Alright, so that's the same. It's brief, but says a lot regardless. So if I could, again, get a 100% if I switched it up, but I do not. I am not bothered enough to.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I'm just happy. Honestly, I'm just happy I got it right so easily on the second one. I was a bit worried, but I'm glad I was in the right direction on that second go around.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Excuse me.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Give me a moment. I'll be right back. I gotta put my phone on the charger. I forgot about that. And my phone is like at 20%, so I gotta start charging that bad boy. Be right back. And just like that, I'm right back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. I was just gone for such a long time, I know.
Look, Natasha, you know,
Please, this is very important to me.
sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work, too. But I promise that next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
Oh, hell yeah. We may
Do you
get to
have
smoke.
a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry.
And let's ask.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Stavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
Alright. Deborah Ibanez.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one.
Alright, and now Hubbard Ibn Wessler. Crap, I didn't hit the click.
May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way? Yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
Alright. Well, I got another achievement for asking that question.
So this message.
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny, but if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah. You're a real angel.
Okay, and now about Marty McChicken.
Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
Ooh, only issue with the soundtrack. Ooh. It's not the biggest deal in the world, obviously, but I think for soundtracks, you kind of don't want the player to be able to notice them repeating themselves. And it's only this one I found it for so far.
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
Excuse me?
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Alright, and that's everything here. And then, yep. Alright, out we go. Unless there's something else I need to look at? I don't think. I think I looked at everything I can in here. Yes. Alright.
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Still so mean. Alright, let's check out my stuff.
Come to daddy, darling.
Alright. And yep, alright. So now we have...
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Alright, so nothing much here has changed, I take it.
What a lovely kitten. Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Eh? Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
No, me? What the hell's this guy's problem?
Listen, pal. Maybe if,
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
Alright.
Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig. You think she knows anything useful?
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking. She's not very fond of you.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird. Maybe I was playing her a bit.
Well, yeah, no shit, she doesn't like you, Marty.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
That's good to hear, I suppose.
I'm sorry we disturbed you.
Not at all. Have a nice evening, gentlemen.
Alright, and I'm gonna guess that's the end of the speak
I'm
thread.
sorry we disturbed you.
Not at all.
Alright, so now we ask about the Tsar Club. Oh, about the Tsar Club. Oh, and it didn't click again.
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
About Robert Eben Wessler.
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
About Natasha Kadzenko.
What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Oh, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
And about the Weekend House.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Well, you're a lot less aggressive when Ibn's not with you. Thank you for answering those questions, Olivia. I'm gonna have to take a fucking look at that journal, but I'm gonna have to do it when I get the hell out of here. What's up, Philmar?
Isn't that Philmar standing over there at the bar?
Ah, you're right. That time to say hi.
Alright. Look again.
Isn't that Philmar standing over
okay.
there?
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave...
Excuse me. I
take
fucking
this
don't know why I said
and
excuse me,
examine
that pop
it
in my back,
closely.
but...
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here.
Huh.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
Okay, let's speak again.
Take care of yourself, old bird.
You're one to talk.
Alright, and now let's ask about Hobart Eben Wessler.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
Alright, and now we've got Natasha Kadzenko.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
Now we've got the Weekend House.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
And then we've got Olivia Blackwig.
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing.
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be.
Okay, and that's all that. So let's... Is there not an exit? I guess there's not. Alright, what do I need to do? Or is there an exit? And no, there is no exit. Okay.
Remember that other case with the...
Okay.
Ah, This is the life, huh? You know, Sonny, I love Laura, and I swear I'm gonna marry her one day. But I gotta admit, that Natasha woman has turned even my head.
I wouldn't mess with Laura if I were you, pal. Wouldn't even think about it. There are few women as dangerous as her. And not just because she's a predator.
You're telling me.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky.
So he's got the song stuck in his head, huh?
Hangs in the sky.
I wonder how many try. I wonder if that took more than one try for the voice actor not to laugh while doing that bit.
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did.
Really? Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Have a good night, Longface.
I like how the horse calls us one slur, I guess, while we've called him several, and we flip our lids on him. Like, all right, man. Oh, I should probably look at that evidence. Is probably what it wants me to do.
We stepped into it, didn't we?
What does it say? I can't really read it. Okay, it's a list of names.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Excuse me again.
Thanks, Philmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Alright, so let's look at the codex, because we have a lot of stuff to catch up on. Clues. Okay. Old Philmar must know something about Natasha that could be important for the case, but he won't talk until I meet her. He seemed a bit nervous. It must be something really significant. Eben's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. Natasha is afraid, and her fear is genuine, but she isn't telling me everything regardless, and I don't like it. Natasha has invited me to our weekend house to show me something. In any other situation I would be glad about it, but in this case, I'm worried. The threat, or rather, the threatening word in the messages sent to Natasha is simply whore. It's brief, but it says a lot, regardless. I only recognized the few names on the list Philmar shoved into my hand, but all of them belong to the respected elite of Clawville. It could be a wedding roster, but I doubt that's the case. For people. Name, Natasha Katzenko. Species, cat. Gender, female. Special feature, she has remarkably green eyes, and she is definitely in trouble. So am I. And for stuff, Natasha is a mysterious woman indeed, and seems dangerous too, but she's undoubtedly in serious trouble. The question is she the source of the problem, or is it someone else? She came from the northern Tsardom of Slovenia, from where her family had to flee. Later, when Natasha reached the city of Clawville, she was already an orphan. Excuse me? The list with all those imposing names must have something to do with Natasha, and thus with the threats too. Okay. Name, Philmar Lowe. Species, falcon. Gender, male. Special feature, an absolutely average, forgettable guy, and my old acquaintance from Avira, or Avira? I think Avira, or Aviria. Aviria, it must be. Vilmar, the name he goes by nowadays, is an old comrade from before the Clawville times. He's one of the best private eyes in the city, and just like most of them, he gets into trouble with the law pretty often. Yet he's one of the very few people who can still be trusted in Clawville. It seems Vilmar also used to work for Natasha, but he got out of the case before the ground got too hot. Anyway, he kept the piece of evidence, as any good PI would do, which could be very useful to us. And then Eben Wessler's picture. Name, Hobart Eben Wessler. Species, rat. Special feature, good-looking, charismatic, and a cluckin' gangster. Eben's currently busy with some kind of meat substitute business. That's what he and his assistant told us anyway. Eben was acting quite strange, and he hesitated when I mentioned how he met Natasha. It would be interesting to hear the story from another point of view. After the show, Eben left the Tsar Club suspiciously fast. And now we have Olivia Blackwig. Name, Olivia Blackwig. Species, crow. Gender, female. Special feature, unusually tall and slim for a crow. She is quiet and mysterious. Olivia is currently Eben Wessler's assistant and escort. Finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between Miss Crow and Mr. Rat could prove valuable. According to... Sorry, hold on. According to Natasha, Olivia is perfectly devoid of emotion, which precludes her from standing behind the threats. That doesn't mean she's not Eben's lover. Sorry, I just got a bot chat, so give me a quick moment. Okay, give me a moment. Sorry, Pretty Football 4, but I don't trust bots to be worth a damn in anything, so you know, piss off. And if everything should have been done right, let's get you the hell out of here. Well, you hate to see it. You hate to get spammed by a bot. Sorry for the no noise. I had to report that in. It doesn't mean she's not Eben's lover. Let me go back to this. Sorry for those moments of silence, but I figured I should get that dealt with. And since I don't think any of my moderators are in chat, or moderators in quotes, anyone who I've given the mod thing to is here. Yeah, that's the more accurate way of describing it. I don't have any actual moderators. I hope if any of them see that, they don't take that disrespectfully, because I didn't mean it to be. But yeah, anyone who has modding privileges besides me ain't here tonight, so I figured I should take care of that as soon as possible. Marty dated Olivia for a short period of time. That's it. I don't want to know more about this. Okay. Name, Gabriel the Grinder Antipov. Species, lynx. Gender, male. Special feature, quiet and deadly. He is most likely from Stovania. This bobcat is most likely Eben Wessler's goon. And then places, we have Weekend Home. Natasha Kadzenko's weekend house. It stands in the cleanest and most separated quarter of the city, in Flowerville, I'm curious about what she's hiding there. And for the codex, what is that? That is Stovania / Zardum. If it's called Stovania, then the Zardum. It's the bleak world of the proud Stovanians, mostly inhabited by predators and big cats. The political situation between Clawville and Stovania is quite tense and delicate, for both historical and commercial reasons. The Stovanian Zardum was the biggest loser of the meat war, but most animals have been considering them the potential trigger of the second meat war and the biggest threat looming over the modern world. And this is the Hector III, the Fox King. Hector III, or as most animals call him, the Fox King, is the third member of the Falux dynasty. Although Clawville is a small state, its king is amongst the most influential animals of the wilderness, not because of the city's actual importance, but for the riches of its faraway colonies. Alright. And any... Oh, alright. Let's go to the hot dog first, and then to the police department.
A nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
Wait, what? This one already happened.
Is that the Chitin Blues?
I think so. It has a unique sound to it, that's for sure.
I think I already did this.
The Hive again, when things lighten up a little.
Yeah, and when they welcome cops again.
Yeah, right. Is that the Chitin?
I think.
I'd like to visit. Everything all right, old man?
If there's something we can do for you, just say so, okay?
Well, all right.
Let's try again.
Hey, old man. Everything all right? Any trouble?
Still nothing.
And will that change if I try speaking again? No, it will not. Alright, let's... The god of pancakes.
Praise be unto you, O great neon god.
Hallowed be thy name, and thy pancakes.
Amen.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving. He just looked into me.
At least it was just a dream for you. I always feel like he's following me with his gaze, even now as we speak.
I once dreamed that his...
Okay.
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny. Am I a broken down old car too?
Potentially, Sonny. Potentially. But even a broken old car can be repaired. Oh, shit.
This makes the bile rise in my waddle.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, good to know that's a feature. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind if I get really confused about stuff.
You know, I understand why Zip escaped here when he got out of his shady dealings.
It's not possible to get all the way out, Marty.
What? So, you also stay a cop even after retirement?
Every cop stays a cop. It burns itself into you.
That's good to know. So am I gonna stay a cop forever?
Sorry, Marty.
Well, that's that.
The Hive. City of insects. More like a ghetto.
I hope we never investigate there again.
We won't, Marty. This is our last job.
Don't say that, boss.
The Hive.
Okay. And let's go in.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city, had to end up here, huh?
Hello to you too, Zip. How's it hanging?
I had no problems until now.
Oh,
Hey.
don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal. We'll be as fast as a hummingbird.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar bear.
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Okay. Let's see if anything new is said about the poster.
This is what they call music these days?
Ha! You're croaking like some old bitter crow, Sonny. This is called rock and roll.
It's gonna be trouble, I'm telling you. Things like this make the world go crazy, and we have enough crazy already.
We need a little global insanity every few decades, Sonny. Better a fashion explosion than a real one, right?
Yeah, maybe. It's because of pigeons like this that there's no place on stage for real musicians.
Of all that's furry, shut up, Sonny. Please.
Yeah, I understand, Marty. I understand.
It's because of pigeons like this.
Maybe there's a reason Sonny got shotgun. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't eat here if...
Okay, nothing new there. Any new things with the doodles?
Wise words, pal. You know what?
Alright, nothing new with either of those.
Do you remember that time when Zip made you wash dishes all night?
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. My feathers smelled of soap for a week.
At least you've learned your lesson. Never leave home without your wallet.
Because your partner won't help you out. But hey, wasn't it you who went out to buy a pack of smokes without your wallet tonight?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, right.
Huh.
While you distract Zip, I'm gonna sneak in and steal his secret magic coffee recipe.
Marty, you watch too many espionage movies.
What? There's no such thing as too many. Especially if it's starring Cassidy Lupus.
Marty,
Yeah?
I don't care.
God, you're such a dick, Sonny.
Nothing interesting in there. Even if there is, I don't want to know.
Alright. That's
I
the
used to
cold
think
coffee.
a lot about what makes Zip's coffee so unique.
And?
I decided I didn't want to know.
I totally understand you, Sonny. We all need a little mystery in our lives.
I didn't mean that. I was afraid if I knew what was in it, I'd never want to drink it again.
Oh, I see. That's a good point.
And let's click on it
Do you
again.
think it's fresh?
I doubt anything's fresh in here.
Do you think it's fresh?
Alright, and let's talk to this person first.
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
Sniffing some juicy story?
I think I still owe him a great big left hook.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him, I wanted to punch him in the face.
I can understand that.
If I'm thinking right, this is the seagull that was mentioned as writing the first story about me and Marty, so I think that's who this is.
We don't have to talk to him, right?
Impossible to avoid, Marty. Not if he hasn't gone blind or deaf since we last saw him.
Excuse me.
Timothy Saltwater is the meddler journalist of the Clawville Chronicle. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but unfortunately, he's a huge fan and the architect of the Chicken Police legend.
Aha, I was right. Let's fucking go.
Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a pleasure to see you. Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway. I'm always where the story is.
Mm-hmm. And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The Chicken Police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working. We're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that, boys.
You'll have to, Tim.
We'll see about that.
Is that rag you work for still around, Tim?
You mean the most read and highest ranking newspaper of the city, the Clawville Chronicle?
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
I see that you still have your famous sense of humor, Sonny. Such a joy.
Yeah, I do.
Something tells me that Sonny and Timothy don't care for each other. Or at least
So,
Sonny doesn't care for
How about you
Timothy.
tell me what you're really doing here?
Not a chance, Timbo. The truth is, we're already leaving.
Sorry, pal. Maybe next time.
And is that the last bit of dialogue?
So, how about you tell me what you're
Not a chance, Timbo.
Alright, and zip.
Gods, he's in even worse shape than the last time we saw him.
Well, Marty, aging is like that. And while we're at it, looks like you put on a few pounds.
What? Who, me? Don't make me laugh. I weigh exactly the same as I've always done.
Yeah, sure. I can see we're not particularly welcome.
I wonder why.
Probably because we fucked up his entire place, but obviously they knew that. Let's look
I
again.
can see we're not
Alright, that's everything there. So let's speed.
So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by all this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it His Majesty Hobart Ibn Wessler, the Rat Prime himself?
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just because I don't know anything.
Of course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
Alright.
What's up, Zip? Quiet night, I see. And what's Timothy doing here?
That's exactly what I asked him when he wound up here. But yeah, he's a regular nowadays. He must be sniffing some kind of story about the Hive.
About the riots? Have they reached here already?
I ain't seen nothing. More cops around, yeah, as you can see for yourself.
We're not on duty, Zip.
It's still the same. A cop's a cop. A lot come by, but besides beating up bugs, nothing much happens.
It will, Zip. I can sniff it in the air.
If you say so, Sonny, your sense of smell is better than mine.
Maybe once.
Huh? What more do you want?
Is it forbidden to stand around at your place?
Yes.
Go stand around somewhere else in the city. Huh? What more do you want?
Okay. And let's ask some questions. I've already asked about the Zip himself. So, fancy whiskey.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell. Who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers. I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
So mean. Philmar Lowe.
We also ran into Philmar.
Philmar? Who's that?
A grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
You mean Marlowe?
Was Marlowe. Now he goes by Philmar Lowe.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? Well, I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us something that could mean something.
Strange list of names.
Look at this, Zip.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
Alright, and then a frightened cat.
We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that. Nothing else.
Thanks, Zip, but we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right?
Alright, and that's all the questions. Anything for you, Timothy? Nada. And I have some new stuff to look at. People, probably Timothy. Yep. Name, Timothy Saltwater. Species, seagull. Gender, male. Special feature, Loud, annoying, and overly enthusiastic, and unfortunately, he is the #1 fan of the Chicken Police. Scribbler Tim, real name Timothy Saltwater. He is a douchebag, a real nosy bastard, and an annoying little shit. But still, I have to admit, he is the best investigative reporter in Clawville. Back in the day, he had a big part in the Chicken Police becoming what we were for a long time. Real stars, cops. Alright, and with that, let's head out of here and do the Clawville PD. Yes.
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Learn something? From Phyllis and Roy's?
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
Yeah, figures.
Alright, and obviously we look around, see if anything new.
Why aren't we on this poster next to Blood Boil?
Because he hates us, Marty.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right, Blood Boil, I forgot, was literally written to be, literally in the notes is written. Unfortunately, he's extremely racist against chickens.
You would have looked kind of great on that poster.
Hey, thanks.
You would have looked kind of great.
Alright.
Honor, strength, and unity.
Pigs, ruffians, and vigilantes.
Honor, strength, and unity.
Pigs,
Alright.
That wasn't us, right?
Not that one, Marty.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I find it difficult to keep track of all the places we wrecked during our 10 years together.
Just 9, Marty. 9. Have you ever fired a Tommy gun, Marty?
You mean today?
You're right. Stupid question.
Fair enough. I guess Marty's a real gun nut. I say as if he doesn't have all of his guns named.
Do you remember our old squad car?
That ended up in a swamp? Huh. I could never get over that. It was the best partner I ever had.
That's, good to know, boss.
Truth hurts, pal.
Never mind. I'll live with it.
So fucking mean.
What was its name? The old car, I mean. Bessie? Nessa?
Tessa. You know, like my daughter.
I knew your daughter's Tessa, but... wait. Did you name your daughter after our old car?
Why? What's wrong with that? Damn. Even this car reminds me of Tessa.
Well, time to talk to these two.
Are those two gonna stand out here all night long?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them. They're operating by some incomprehensible logic, at least for simple birds like us.
I wish we had the smarts to understand.
Maybe one day, Marty. Maybe one day.
Excuse me.
You remember Operation Double Spike, Marty?
Furry gods, how could I ever forget? The whole PD was laughing at the poor bastards for weeks.
Every workplace needs guys like these. Nothing would be the same without them. They may be idiots, but their hearts are in the right place. Well, more or less. Probably less.
Wow, I think that's the nicest thing I'll hear Sonny and Marty say about these two. To be fair, they also don't seem to like us, so... I guess it's a 50-50 split of dickheadery.
How's it going tonight, boys?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater, and, if I remember correctly, each other.
That was a, complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated. Do you want to hear some juicy gossip, boys?
Always.
Deputy Malloy got so drunk, he fell asleep on the toilet. It took them an hour to find him.
Stupid oaf. So that's why Blood Boil was here.
Yeah, aye, and he's in a pretty sour mood because he had to come in on New Year's Eve.
Just our luck.
No. Your luck is that he's too busy to care about you two lovers right now.
Right now.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I can't believe Phyllis would call us gay in an insulting way. SMH, Phyllis. You should be better. Be better, Phyllis.
Well, keep up the good work, boys.
Or this hanging around thing you do.
Thanks, chickens.
Hey, I think that's it, but...
Well, keep up the good work.
Yeah, okay. In we go. Oh, hey, I guess Bosco will talk to you first since he's right there.
Good old Bosco's slowly becoming the same piece of furniture we are.
Sure. You remember when he was just a little green lapdog? For a while, we even had to babysit him.
He always was a talented little pooch, I have to admit. But the filth that seeped into everything in Clawville has reached him, too.
It reaches everyone one way or another, right?
One way or another, it does, Marty. You had a fight once, didn't you? At one of the winter solstice parties.
That's kind of weird, because I remember the notes that Sonny has. He talks about Bosco in a generally positive light, so I wonder what he means by the filth of the city reached Bosco.
Yeah, we both drank too much. It was over a manatee named Margaret. That was before Laura, of course.
I haven't seen many fights that memorable in my life.
Yeah, and the girl didn't go with either of us.
She was a wise manatee.
Is it worth talking to him?
Who knows? Maybe he heard something interesting.
Is that the new final look
Is it
thing?
worth talking
Yep.
to him?
Okay, let's talk.
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox, what's up? Back here so soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden, Sonny?
I have the maturity of a 10-year-old. I heard him immediately just go, "Hey, Cox," and I had to immediately stifle a laugh. I fucking... Oh, brother, my maturity levels are sinking, plummeting.
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Who? Are you trespassing again?
Who? Us? What are you thinking?
Just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active either. We're not bothering anyone. You know, old habits die hard.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
Anything else to speak on?
The boss?
He's not in a good mood. Malloy got so drunk he pissed himself.
And we just put the cherry on top, huh?
Mostly you, Sonny. No offense.
None taken. I'm used to it. Everything rolls right off my feathers.
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm, okay? We're gonna have enough on our plates tonight.
We'll do what we can, Bosco, but I can't promise anything.
Fucking... That's a lie, Sonny. It does not roll off of you. You hold on to that shit. I have seen you talk for multiple hours at this point. You are not the type of person to let things roll off the feathers.
Don't go stirring up a shit.
Let's ask about Philmar Law, or Philmar Lowe.
You still remember Philmar?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the reputation with that Philmar alias.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases and sneaking after poor bastards cheating on their wives.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something that stirred up a storm recently?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
And strange list of names.
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars, politicians, a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange for my silence.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
Which is what, exactly?
We're still not gonna tell you.
And let's ask about Natasha Katzenko.
Listen, Bosco, what have you heard about that singer, Natasha Katsenko?
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler? They say she's the jackpot, but I've never been into cats, you know.
It's not very nice to call people bimbos, Bosco. Be better.
You couldn't be more racist if you tried, Bosco.
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why I asked.
And what's she like?
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest of your life if you met her.
Really? Maybe I'll have a go and see for myself one day.
And that's everything with Bosco. Now on to Monica.
Do you remember Monica ever going on holiday?
Honestly, I can't recall.
Sometimes I can't decide if it's admirable or if I feel sorry for her.
Maybe a bit of both. But is it selfish to say I'd be hurt if one day I didn't find her here?
Yeah, I feel the same.
That's all right then.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, she's a workaholic. It's probably not good that she doesn't ever take holiday.
You know, if there's anyone who knows anything about anything, it's gonna be her.
Kinda long-winded, but I agree.
Alright. Anything else?
You know, if there's anyone
Nope.
who knows...
So let's speak.
So soon? That was fast.
Excuse me.
Almost a record.
Sorry, Mon. We're just here for a little, info.
When are you not here for that, boys? How about wish me a happy birthday for a change?
What? Is it your birthday today?
Of course not. Don't be silly, Marty. You know exactly when it is. We've talked about it a dozen times.
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah.
So, could you help us with this and that?
Of course, boys, but be quick about it. I'm in over my head with paperwork and blood boils breathing down my neck.
We'll be quick like a hurricane.
Alright, and speak
You're
again.
very lucky, boys. You just missed the boss by 3 minutes. Right now, he's trying to get Malloy out of the toilet.
Still can't hold his liquor, huh?
Neither on or off duty. But today, he is sloshed.
Well, he's a water buffalo, isn't he? He knows how to swim.
No, Sonny, just a buffalo. The two are totally different things.
Jesus, honey.
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
Make it quick, boys. I'm busy.
Alright, question time then, right?
Listen, doll.
Yep,
we have...
time to ask some questions. About Hobart Ibn Wessler.
Guess who we met today in person, Mon?
King Hector III?
Even better. The one who commands the king.
Wait a minute. Hobart Wessler?
Damn right. Hobart Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
Wow. And you're still alive. That's quite an accomplishment.
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business? Allegedly, he's trying to clear his name with some kind of new meat substitute.
His name's gonna be rather difficult to clear.
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Which is?
Evan's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
Yeah, we once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's not very much, but it's something, I guess. I'll keep my ears open.
Me personally, if I'm a police officer and I know that there's someone out there who has multiple nicknames from the fucking Butcher to the Mauler to the Slayer, I think I'd be doing what I can to get his ass into prison and off the streets. Just me personally. Crazy idea, I know.
Thanks, Mon.
Although I guess the police force is corrupt, according to Sonny and Marty, so I guess that wouldn't do much in the long term. Anyway, time to ask about the strange list of names.
Listen, Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list.
What could those numbers mean? It could be a date even, but no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything. The richest of the rich get together on all kinds of excuses.
It must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon. Thanks for your time.
Or, wait a minute. There is something...
Oh?
Stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list are men, right?
Yeah, of course we noticed.
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
Let's ask about Natasha Kadzenko.
We saw a pretty good show at the Tsar Club tonight.
Good for you, I guess. Natasha?
Natasha. She performed a new song. She also sang about why she called us there. Or rather, me.
And?
That's confidential, Dollface. Anyway, I can't help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery, and I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me, right?
All mysterious, full of secrets, and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
He swings and he misses. And the ball actually smacks him in the face, and it goes off the face right into his nuts. It's actually laughable how poorly that went for him. And time to ask about Olivia Blackwig.
Do we have a file on a woman called Olivia Blackwig? She's currently working as Ibn Wessler's assistant.
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few Blackwigs that could be related to her. Mountain Goat, Crow, or Cayman.
Crow, around 30 to 35. A very pretty socialite.
Maybe we have a catch then. Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. He died a few years back, but his daughter could have ended up in the same social circles as Ibn.
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be more than one Crow family with a Blackwig name living here.
Thanks, Mon.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know. We're not even here anymore.
Alright, and that's all the questions and everything with her. So I guess let's look at stuff. Alright.
Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad for your health.
Sonny, you're bad for my health.
Get his ass, Marty.
Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad.
Sonny, you're...
Join the force. Protect the crown. Serve the people.
Get bribed. Get beaten by a hooker. Get fat. Nice words. Nice promises.
Nice bullshit. Why is it always a lion? Lions are lazy, dull, good-for-nothing creatures.
Hey, stop talking like that. It's disrespectful.
Why? Aren't I right?
Not every lion's the same. Just like not every rooster's an asshole like you.
You got me.
Get his ass, Marty.
Sometimes I think everything would be so much better if cops didn't have guns.
That's almost surreal coming from you, Marty.
Don't get me wrong. I love guns. I became a cop because of guns. But sometimes I feel if we didn't have guns, criminals wouldn't have them either.
The chicken or the egg, huh? Unfortunately, I don't agree with you. If you point flowers instead of a gun at a total nutcase, he's still gonna shoot you. I can't even remember why I became a cop.
There it is. Should I go? Yeah, I guess I'll check the shooting range. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright.
Miss Jardine, one of the 7 female officers of the Clawville PD.
Alright. Anything else?
Miss Jardine?
Nope.
Officer Barkman, unwavering cop and a slavering beast. Officer.
All right.
Did you ever notice how much bigger the lion and the fox are than the other animals?
You know, maybe all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Huh. So that's why our king's a fox and not a sheep or a bird, right?
It's maybe a little late, but you're starting to get it, Detective.
Man, a lot of places really fucking love that Animal Farm quote. At least I think it's Animal Farm. I'm like 90% sure that's Animal Farm. I mean, I can't blame him. It's a really fucking solid quote and a really fucking solid critique of Stalinism. So, like, you know, who am I to be a hater for using, like, probably the best damning quote of Stalinism or false equality in general? Yeah, basically. Just wanted to point out that I know literature. I've read a few books in my day, mostly in high school.
Where are the insects anyway? And the reptiles? Did you ever think about that?
Many times. I think they didn't fit the idyllic image, so they've been left out. Simple as that.
That says a lot about this city.
It says everything, Monty.
Did you know there's a theory that the Foundation War was a hoax? That the reptiles deliberately kept in the background, but in reality, they're the ones controlling the city from the underground even now.
What? Where did you hear that? I've never heard such sheep shit before.
I read it in Tomorrow's Word. That's a pretty prestigious newspaper.
I wouldn't use that trash to wipe my cloaca, Marty. It'll rot your brain.
Jesus.
Well, at least I read something other than the labels on liquor bottles.
Hey, that was a bit below the belt.
Yep, but true.
You got me.
It's a very beautiful crest.
Yeah, it is. Just like the city. From afar, at least.
Was that the last one? Yep. Alright. Let's look at the office area.
Blood boils in there, and I don't want to run into him.
Excuse me?
I wholeheartedly agree, partner. Let's avoid the whole office section as much as possible. Blood boils in there somewhere. It's best to avoid him before he finds some reason to lock us in.
You took the words out of my beak, boss.
Blood boils in there somewhere.
Alright, and anything in the shooting range?
Don't forget to keep your gun clean, Marty.
Hey, I take them all apart every day, clean and oil them, if you want to know.
I didn't want to know.
No use crying over spilt milk.
Let him fucking know, Marty. Let him fucking know.
Which one of them was first? Peace or guns?
You mean, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Which one of them was first?
Alright, that's everything with that. Any new commentary on your guns? Whoa, whoa.
You sure we won't need Layla?
You call this monster Layla?
She's not a monster, Sonny. If you know how to treat her right, she's a real ballerina.
Uh-huh. I believe you, pal, but we're not taking her.
Oh. And what if...
No, Marty. There's no way in hell we're taking a Tommy gun with us.
Ugh, all right.
I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained.
Alright. Don't need to do shooting practice.
You seem unsure.
Really? I think I'm just tired. You know, Laura and I have been fighting recently, and I've been sleeping on the couch.
Yeah? Well, it shows.
Thanks. You always know how to cheer someone up.
Yeah, Sonny, you suck. You suck at giving, like, saying nice things or giving any advice.
Laura didn't throw you out, did she?
No, nothing like that. It's, just a little unrest.
Uh-huh. I see. Marty looks kind of run down today, but he's still in better shape than I am. It may not be a good time to say this, but I've got a bad feeling about tonight.
You could have told me about that sooner, Sonny.
You can still turn back. Stay here and keep wasting ammo.
Like hell. Whatever insane shit's waiting for us, it's way better than dying of boredom.
Well, I'm sure we won't be bored.
I hope not.
Exactly, Marty.
Don't you want to practice a little? You must be all rusty after such a long hiatus.
If you want to know, I sometimes practice at the empty hotel.
Leslie lets you shoot up the place.
Lewis. And no, he doesn't. But there's a room that one of the guerrillas of the Castilla clan had totally trashed. He won't notice 1 or 2 holes.
Ah, clever.
God, you are a dick, Sonny.
Shall we go, or do you want to stay and shoot a bit?
I don't know. But don't worry, we'll soon be on our way.
Whatever you want, Boss Bird.
Probably. Maybe I should just test shooting one last time. Oops. Fuck that one up. Not today, fuckos. Got your asses. Damn you, woman. They're trying to put more civvies in my way. They're trying to take all my points. How'd I score? Barely below the high score, and I'm on all the leading board? Alright, so I remember how to shoot. I just wanted to check that real quick. Alright, and that's everything here. Let's look at the codex. Bosco. A couple of years ago, Bosco and Marty had a huge fight because of some girl in the office. Neither of them got her in the end, but at least both gained some valuable life lessons, and a few scratches, of course. Alright. And codex. We have Council of 12. Although Clawville is a monarchy, the actual power and jurisdiction, aside from the king, are in the hands of the Council of 12. Or, as most animals think, entirely, and the king himself is only a puppet and a symbol. Oh, sorry. Let me reread that from scratch. Although Clawville is a monarchy, the actual power and jurisdiction, aside from the king, are in the hands of the Council of 12. Or, as most animals think, entirely, and the king himself is only a puppet and a symbol. The members of the council are the mightiest animals in the city after the king, employing not only politicians but influential businessmen as well. And the Founding War. It was the Great War between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans that finally decided Clawville's fate and raised the city in the hands of the Alliance among the great colonial powers. This marks the beginning of Clawville's time, meaning it occurred exactly 942 years ago. Alright. So that's everything there, so let's go to the weekend house.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
Alright, I think I am going to call it there. Let me see if there's a save option. Nope. Alright, but I think I'm going to call it there today. So let me hop on the music. Oh wait, no, keep that lower because I'm talking, duh. Thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a good time tonight. I'll be streaming again on Saturday, and it will be Sundered again. Yeah, no, nothing much else to say besides that. I hope you all have a good time till I see you again. And until then, bye-bye.